Hello, friends. Thank you for coming. So please remind your friends by either message or something so that they can also join this session. Also, we have posted a YouTube link so that if somebody is unable to join, they can use the YouTube link for joining the session. So hello friends, welcome to our session called Peace of Mind or Pieces of Mind. Hope I am audible to everyone. Am I audible? Somebody can, okay, you can put your message in the chat. I think you are not there. Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you very much for your response. So I think there are colleges here from VJIT students and Anurag. So so welcome you all for this event of today, Peace of Mind or Pieces of Mind from our Evolve group. Thank you very much for taking out your time and energy for attending this session. So before proceeding for today's uh, session, I would like to just give a short introduction of our speaker. So please let us know about him. So sir, today is we have Dr. Gajendranath sir. So Dr. Gajendranath sir is a faculty in the Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Hyderabad. So he has done his MTech and PhD from IIT Delhi in 2008 and 2016. So he has worked as analog circuit design engineer for mobile handsets with ST Ericsson from 2008 to 2010 and with Aura Semiconductors during 2011, 2013 and 2016. And apart from his career, so personally he's very good at balancing his life in such a way that he inspires all his students in a positive direction. So sir is very well versed with spiritual subjects like Bhagavad Gita. So he is also a great source of inspiration for many students at various colleges in Hyderabad. So and also various other colleges, not only in Hyderabad. So along with this, he also gives very inspiring motivational talks on lifestyle management based on this Vedic literatures at various engineering colleges. To name a few, across India, we have IIT Hyderabad, IIT Bombay, BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus, Osmania University, CBIT, JNTU, NIT Warangal, SV University, Tirupati, Pune University, and so many more. So he's also actively involved in value education programs conducted in at various schools and colleges, benefiting thousands of children. So being such professional career and devotional dedication, he is very well appreciated in all around circles of students and faculties at IIT Hyderabad and BITS Hyderabad. So he has agreed kindly to extend himself and give his valuable time for us. So let us welcome Dr. Gajendranath sir. Of course, we may not have applause. If somebody can unmute, you can applaud with your claps. So let him address us. Thank you very much. Sorry for a long introduction, but it's very worth it. He's really very much qualified. It's still less, but we have to start with our session. So I'm not I'm not going with the story. And if your bandwidth supports, I request you all to we switch on your videos. I hope I gave permissions for sharing your videos so that it can be more interactive. So, Dr. Sir, I think we can start with today's session, sir. Sorry for long intro, but definitely.
Thank you, Anok. Thank you for your kind words. Happy New Year.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm sorry I forgot.
No. So I wish you happy and prosperous and learning New Year. You entered the important part of your career, engineering education. So there are two universities here, is it? Anurag and VJIT, is it? Two colleges.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So thank you very much. I wish you very happy New Year. And I hope and I pray that you learn wonderful things in your career starting from this year and just become a wonderful citizen, wonderful engineer, and wonderful personality. So, to help you in this process, this is a small attempt. We have made this talk for you. So, at the very outset, I thank each one of you for joining us today.
Hello.
And I also thank Anouk and his team for inviting me to give this talk. So similar
Happy New
talk,
Year.
thank you. Yeah, I gave similar talk to at IIT BITS Hyderabad also sometime back, in 2 weeks back, I think 3 weeks back. So I'll share my screen. Let me share my screen. Anu, can you confirm that you can see my screen, please?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you please stop this annotation also if possible? Let me try that. Annotation.
Annotations, I think you only can remove.
Yeah. I disabled. Yes. Okay. So we're going to talk about peace of mind or pieces of mind. Most important and exciting talk. So how many of you know who are these two people? Can somebody guess? You can put it in the chat. Who is the first person? Who is the second person? Any guess? Yes. Thank you, Srija. Helen Keller, correct. Who is the first one? Second person is correct. First one. Correct, Satvik. Shravan, you are correct for the second person. Who is the first person? Any guess? Hopes? No. He is a famous mathematician who invented game theory. Any guess? You're correct, mathematician. There is a movie also made out of his life. No, he's not Ramanujan. Don't see with your Indian eyes. No. It doesn't look like Indian. Come on. He's John Nash. You know him? Okay. Now I'll show you another picture. I'll tell you what is the story and why I kept his picture here. Can anyone help with these two names? Who are these two people? Yeah, Srija, you are correct. J.K. Rowling. That is the second person. Who is the first one? I think he seems like a very good boys and girls. Yes, Robin Williams. Correct. Shravan, you are correct. Okay, so why did I add them here? So if you observe these two people, the first guy, Robin Williams, is a very famous comedian and used to do so much comedy and used to make people to laugh. But one day he felt, I laughed, I'm making whole world to laugh, but I myself feel very emptiness in my heart. I'm very sad. I don't feel any joy in my life. And he immediately committed a suicide. He died by committing suicide. Now, if you see J.K. Rowling also, If some of you don't know her, she is the one who is the author of the Harry Potter. You must have watched the series Harry Potter, right? Now, she also went through a great depression in life, and she had a relationship failure. She had a great trouble in her life, and she went through a lot of mental stress. And if you see her, she is really a failure in life from that perspective. Now, if you observe these two people, John Nash is a famous mathematician. All the game theory, where there is so much prediction on in the market, application of the probability, and so many things, was his invention. And he has a mental disease. If you have seen The Beautiful Mind, you can connect with him. So he had a great failure in life, and people thought that he becomes a useless person. And if you see Helen Keller, she also, she can't speak, she can't see, she can't hear, but she was a great inspiration. She has written so many books and although she has so many deficiencies, she was very successful person. Now, what do you think made people this this comedian to commit suicide, who has everything in life? But what do you think, who made this John Nash and Helen Keller? They have every reason to complain about their life, but they were very successful. That is mind. The mind is what which made these people to differentiate each other. There is a saying, you think what you become. That's what you think depends upon actually its mind. Mind is the one which controls, right? So if you can control your mind, you can bring the peace. Otherwise, all your peace will become pieces. So now, whether we want to become a very successful individual, or we may get so many failures in life and just end our life, depends upon how do we control our mind. So before we control the mind, first we need to understand what is mind, right? Yeah. So according to the modern understanding, there is not much spoken about the mind. So all of you know that mind is like, before we understand the mind, we have hardware, software, and user in a computer, right? What is hardware? You see, if you take a computer chip, you open your computer or cell phone, you see so many chips, right? Those chips are like hardware. That hardware is hooked with so many sensors. For example, a touch sensor, a keyboard, a camera, right? So these are all different sensors. When you speak on microphone and you hear on your audio, so these are all different sensors attached to that hardware, right? So similarly, we have the senses, right? That senses are connected to the brain. That brain is like a hardware. Now, you run a software on that hardware, that is mind and intelligence. And mind is a subtle subject, and which is very difficult to conceive by us. Similarly, intelligence also. So, and the user which is using it is conscious self. So if you take a human body, you have a senses, you have a brain, then you have a mind, and you have a atma or a soul. So the mind is the one which is like a software running on your brain. So there is a difference between brain and mind. Brain is some soft tissue in your head, which is like some computer chip, right? And now on top of it, you're running a software which is like a mind or intelligence, mind and intelligence. Now the user you have, like Atma, you are the one you are trying to use that computer. So basically, mind is a subtle thing which we have to understand. Okay, so mind is like a software, which is basically collection of previous experiences, unfulfilled desires. These are all and storehouse of different thoughts. These are the things which exist in the mind. So now if we can control the mind, we can achieve big things in life. Okay. Let me just go ahead now. So this is one of the understanding of the mind. Now, if you see here, there are so many horses, right? Now, each horse here represent one of the sense. For example, you see here, there is an eye, there is a nose, there is an ear, there is a touch, there is a tongue. So these are all like different senses. So the way you feed data to your computer, either through a touch or through a microphone, through a camera, so you also feed lot of content, information or message, right, to your mind. How do you do through it? Through your senses. So basically, when you walk on a road, when you see something or when you hear something, you pass that information through the mind, through your, right, through these senses. Now, the mind here is the rope. You see here, the rope. The rope is like a mind. Now, the person who is controlling that mind, it is intelligence. So you have intelligence, which is controlling the mind, which is further controlling the senses. Now, the person who is sitting is you, Atma. Now, what happens if the senses are roaming here and there? Then it passes the information to the mind. If the mind is not controlled by the intelligence, let's say that the rope is taken away from the intelligence. If all these horses run in different directions, and if your intelligence is not strong enough to control the mind, we are doomed, we'll collapse. So basically, to control the mind, we need a stronger intelligence, right? So this is the way of understanding. This is little modern way of understanding. Mind is like a software. This is one Vedic way of understanding, right? So mind is like a rope that can be controlled to an intelligence. The similar analogy is also given in the Western philosophies. So they don't have much understanding like soul and all, but what they say is that you take an elephant, there is a person who is controlling the elephant. So mind is like that elephant, and the person who is controlling that elephant is like intelligence. Now, if you want to get peace of mind, then you also need to sharpen your intelligence. Okay, I don't know how to erase the annotations. Erase, okay. Clear, okay. Clear all drawings. Okay, I cleared them. Okay. So basically our understanding is mind is a subtle thing which is there in our brain, our body, that gets the information through the senses. Now to control that mind, we need a sharp or good intelligence. Okay, now let's try to see some statistics. Now, what we said, whether we get a success or failure, how do we react depends upon how well our mind is controlled. Now, the mind is something like a software, which is collection of previous experiences. It's a storehouse of thoughts and unfulfilled desires. They're all there in the mind. When the senses pass information to the mind makes us to react in different ways. That depends upon these three things: previous experiences, unfulfilled desires, right? And a lot of thoughts. So this is the basic understanding of the mind. Now, let me give you some statistics. So leading behavior researchers have told us that as much as 77% of the everything we think is negative, counterproductive, and works against us. So what is it telling? Most of our thoughts are negative thoughts, and they don't yield any good result for neither for us nor for others. Why? Because uncontrolled mind. So it is said that on an average, a person can get about 60,000 thoughts, and most of them are random and useless. So that's the point. Now, if you close your eyes for 10 seconds and observe, let's start an exercise. Let us all close the eyes and see for this 10 seconds how many thoughts we get, right? So let's not think about anything for 10 seconds, okay? I'm going to say start, then you can start. Start. Stop. How many of you got less than 2 thoughts? You can analyze yourself. It means your mind is very well under control. When you said control, control. When you say no thought, there was no thought. If you have thoughts between 2 to 5, you are very decent. 5 to 10 means reasonably good. Above 10 means you are ordinary person. So we get so many thoughts. Every second, every millisecond, we keep getting so many thoughts. And most of those thoughts are useless and random. So 95% of those thoughts were the same as that ones you thought the day before. So they're all repetitive. Because you're contemplating on different things, what you give as input to your senses. So medical researchers had said that 75% of all illness are self-induced. So there are so many mental problems in this world. They are basically created by oneself, thinking negatively. And now see what is our situation. Today, we are able to control remote satellites in space. But are we really able to control our own mind? Unfortunately, we are not able to control our own minds. That's the situation of today's life. Now, what is the nature of the mind? If it is controlled, it is our best friend. If it is not controlled, it will be our greatest enemy. Now, I'll explain you with this example. The mind is also compared with an elephant. Now, elephant can be a good elephant can be a bad elephant. So let me show you a video of a couple of minutes. So first I'll show you the mad elephant, which is like an uncontrolled mind. Anouk, I hope you can hear the sound.
Yes, sir, I could.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for watching that. I'll show you another small clip. So that's a bad elephant. Now let's please show you the good elephant.
It's so huge.
Food. Okay, do it, Dave. In his nose. He's got a nose full of money. Okay, get under there. There you go. Okay, reach up. Yeah, nice. Another one.
He's strong, isn't he? Or she's strong. I could hear his trunk jingling.
Yeah, he's got a truck full of change. There you go.
Okay, let's go to picture. Listen to music too.
Yeah, thank you for watching that. So our mind is also like that. If we control it, then it will be our best friend. You can make it to do wonderful things. You can be very successful. And so if you don't control it, you saw the mad elephant, how it was behaving. So that's why it is very, very essential to understand how important to control our mind. It's very essential, right? So can the mind be our friend? Mind is also compared to a knife. Let's say you take a knife. Is the knife good or bad? Depends upon who is using and how is it being used, right? For example, if you give the knife to your mother, she'll cut the vegetables and make nice preparation. If you give the same knife to a doctor, he can save a person's life by doing a surgery. If you give the same knife to a thief, right, he is going to cut the throat of someone and going to rob. So it basically depends upon how a person is using the knife. Similarly, the mind is also like a knife, right? Yeah. If it's a surgeon's hand, it can save the life. It's miscreant's hand, it can kill. So what are the 4 deadly characteristics of this mind? Let's try to understand. So the acronym for mind is M means magnifies. Have you all seen? Mind's problem is it either magnifies too much, right? So for example, if somebody says very little negative about us, we think too much about it. Who is doing all that? It's a mind. Whether it's a pleasure or a pain, whether it's an anxiety, whatever is its nature is to magnify it, correct? If somebody tells 2 good things about you, then you start imagining the whole world is talking good about you. So that's I have become so great. That's the nature of the mind. It basically magnifies. And the nature of the mind is it imagines intensely, right? It's always in dream world. Before you even start your entrance exam, it starts thinking, oh, I got into IIT, then I got a seat, then I studied so well, I got so many nice friends, then I got a nice job, I went to America. So it's the nature of the mind to imagine things. And another important thing about the mind is it neglects the good instructions, right? That's why we should always make mind a good servant. We should never make a mind a master. If you give a control to a mind, if it becomes a master, it will ruin us. So master should be intelligence, right? So the mind nature is to neglect the good instruction. Then whenever there is something which is a reality, it denies. No, it can't be true. It can't be true. I cannot accept it. So that's the nature of the mind. So with such thing, how do we control such thing? We'll come to the point. Now let's see the other 3 cancers of uncontrolled mind. So the mind's nature is it basically compares. Very unhealthy comparison, right? Everybody is good at something, but it compares with others. That's the nature of the mind, which is not at all good. So most of the problems we get in our life is because of this unhealthy comparison. Then mind's nature is also complaining. It's always unreasonable. It keeps on complaining. If this is bad, that is bad. If it is there, it would have been better. That's the nature of the mind. Now, another nature of the mind is to criticize, right? Even if we find a small fault in others, we show all fingers at them and say that there is a mistake, right? So that's the nature of the mind. So compare, complain, and criticize. This is the nature of the mind. So these are the 3 cancers of the uncontrolled mind. If you have a controlled mind, you never compare. You see positive in others and appreciate others, right? Even there is a problem, you don't complain. You will adjust, right? You tolerate. And you never show faults in others, right? That's the nature of the mind. Your controlled mind. Now you see, in our college also, if you see how mind actually works, you can see. In our college, let's say that there are placements starting from tomorrow. If there are placements starting from tomorrow, everybody is excited and there's a little tense. Now, after the first day of placements, if you see, around 10% of the people have got placed. Except these 10%, everybody else is miserable in the college. Now you go and ask, why is so unhappy? Anyway, it's only first day of interviews. There are 1 more week, 10 more days. Companies are coming. Why are you so much worried? And these 10 guys, 10% of the people who got placed were very happy and joyful. Now you ask them, why are you so sad? So basically what they say is, we are sad not because we didn't get job, because others got the job. That's what they say. So that's the nature of the mind. It basically compares in an unhealthy way. It complains, it criticizes. It cannot think positively. So that's the nature of the mind, right? So unhealthy comparison, unreasonably complaining, and unnecessarily criticism, what the mind does. Because of this, we have so many consequences. What are those? Lack of confidence, depression, right? Loss of trust, stress, hypertension, madness, and dangerous diseases, damage to oneself, family, society, and weakened determination. So all these are coming because of the uncontrolled mind. Okay. Now, what we understood is what is actually mind, how great people who got doomed with an uncontrolled mind. What is the mind's acronym? How does the mind actually act? How a controlled mind and uncontrolled mind. If it's a controlled mind, it's a best friend. If it's an uncontrolled mind, it's a greatest enemy. Right? So actually, many of us now by this time wanted to make mind as our best friend. Right? But what we have to understand is mind is extremely dangerous thing, which is very, very difficult to control. We all want to control the mind. So that's why in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna also says to Krishna that it's so difficult to control my mind. He says, Chanchalam himana Krishna pramati balavadrudam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna. And to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. So what is he telling? His mind is restless, turbulent, and very obstinate, and very, very, very strong. Arjuna says that it is very easy for me to control wind, but not the mind. Now you see here, is it possible to control the wind? Can we control the wind? Is it easy? See, the wind actually crashed many trees. You must have seen during the rainy season. See here, there's so much wind and rain. Everything is crashed down. Now Arjuna is telling it is very easy to control the mind, but very, very difficult to control it's easy to control the wind, but not the mind. So now what to speak of us? It's very, very difficult. Now I'll tell you few techniques and tips for you to basically control the mind. And to control the mind actually depends upon the way we live in this world, right? To understand these tips, I'll give you brief 2 minutes introduction about it. In the world around us, we can understand things with 3 modes: mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. You see here there are 3 animals. The first animal is fox, the second animal is tiger, and third animal is cow. Now if you observe these 3 animals, the cow is in goodness, tiger is in passion, and fox is in ignorance. Now the people who are in goodness have happiness and knowledge. The people who are in passion are lusty, greedy, angry, right? And they have uncontrolled desires. And the people who are in laziness or ignorance, they are lazy, they procrastinate things, they have madness. These are the things. So now, every one of us can lead our life in one of these modes. For example, a person who gets up early in the morning, does some meditation, eats a nice vegetarian food which fits for his health, then goes to a class, makes the class notes, attends the classes, right? Shares that knowledge with others, and regularly does the assignments. And he knows what is good and what is bad for him. He knows what to watch, what not to watch on the internet. So basically, he is the person who is in goodness. If a person is in goodness, he has a regulated lifestyle, healthy habits. Such person can easily control the mind. But a person who is in passion and ignorance, for him it's very, very difficult to control the mind. Because the person who is in passion is basically had an uncontrolled mind. He would like to eat whatever he wants to eat. He wants to always enjoy the parties. He never wants to really attend the classes. He wants to always be the first, but without any effort. And a person who is ignorant, in ignorance, he always wants to sleep. He doesn't want to do any work, right? He wants to eat whatever is available. He wants to drink, smoke. So such people are the people who are in ignorance. But if you can avoid ignorance and passion, if you live in goodness, right? That with a regulated lifestyle, it's very, very easy to control the mind. So as a student, for you to control the mind is you should have a regulated lifestyle, right? You should have a good eating habits. You should have a good sleeping habits. You should be able to spend your time in a right company of the friends, in reading the good books, right? So these things will help you to control the mind. So what we have to do, if most of us, we are in either ignorance and passion. We have to slowly climb up and stay all of the time in goodness. Then we can easily control the mind, right? Now you see, mind, many of us wants to control the mind, and we want a peace of mind. But all the peace of mind has become pieces because of one thing, which is cell phone, right? All of us are being hung by this cell phone. How? Now you see, if you take a phone, most of the people are at screen nowadays, right? They don't see anything else. When you go in a train, nobody talks to anyone. They simply look at the screen. The whole day they'll do like this only: up, right, top, moving, swiping up and down. In the night also, in the dream, they do only like this. They think they must be sleeping, but their hands are moving like this only, because the whole day they have done this only. Now, the mobile phone, which was invented for the communication, has become really a problem for the modern day. Now, how do we really control, right? If you want to really get a peace of mind, you should know how to basically use your cell phone. The cell phone is like a knife, it's a knife. If you don't know how to use it, it's like a sharp razor blade. It's going to cut your throat, right? If you have a sharp razor blade, if you don't know how to use it, even a little bit here and there will cut. So similarly, mobile phone is also like that, smartphone especially. It is good if you know how to use it, but it's very, very bad if you have an uncontrolled mind. Now, what you should do, right? Now, what you should do is to have a controlled mind. People are so addicted to the cell phone now. Now, I see many people in their life, they take the phone every few minutes once, they turn it on, they see something and they close it. As such, there is no work. It has become a habit, taking the phone, turning it on and seeing and putting back. Now, in the phone also, people have so many things installed: Twitter, WhatsApp, right? Facebook, whatnot. You can Instagram, email, this, and WhatsApp, everywhere we are there. Now, many times people take out the phone, they want to call someone. When they open up the phone, there will be hundreds of notifications. They'll keep watching, observing the notification after notification, reading every notice. And after some time, they will put the phone back. And they realize that they opened the phone for calling someone. So that's our situation, right? We're being completely absorbed in these thoughts of using phone, where it is filled with so many applications. So dear friends, my suggestion to you is, if you want to basically have a peace of mind, you should know how to use your smartphone effectively, right? Otherwise, we'll be doomed. Now, there was also one story. One lady was pregnant. She is being admitted into hospital, and she gave a birth to a child after a few hours, and she became unconscious. After she came to consciousness, she was madly searching for, and she was in great anxiety. She was very anxious. Then the nurse approached her and said, "Madam, sorry, please wait. We took your baby out. Kindly wait for a few seconds. Don't be in great anxiety." Then she said, no, I'm not searching for the baby. I'm searching for something else. Then they asked what it is. Actually, my husband newly gifted a cell phone. I'm looking for it. So that's an attachment of the cell phone. Nowadays, people have it. So now, before, phone was part of our life. Right now, phone has become part of our body. People give more importance to phone than anything else in the world, neither friends or family or our own education or for our own self. So we are completely destroyed by this mobile phone. So my suggestion to you is, you don't install too many applications on your smartphone. Whatever is absolutely necessary, you use it, and turn off all the notifications. And look, we are not so busy. We are not so important that we'll miss if you don't see a WhatsApp. If there is something very important, people will call you. Don't worry. So my suggestion is, every day, some part of the day you keep half an hour or something, or 3 times a day, you can check your messages, WhatsApp or email or anything. And rest of the time, phone is only meant for calling, voice calling and message and alarm. Use the phone like that, or to attend your classes. Use it very, very cautiously, right? Then you can certainly get a great advantage out of it, and you can become peaceful. All our peace has gone because we don't know how to use this knife of the phone. So there is also one more Bhagavad Gita shloka. It says that from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So let's say that I am studying. My mind wanders at different things. What I should do? I should bring back my mind again and again and make it to focus on the work. So the moment you realize that the mind went somewhere else, the next thing you have to do is you have to bring it back and put it onto, for example, your studies. So this is another tip. So how mind actually affects the body? So positive thoughts lead to a enzyme called endorphin secretion and generates the strength and energy. People think that if I eat a lot of food, I'll get a strength. No. If you want to get a lot of energy and strength, you should have a positive thoughts. Of course, you do need a food, but a lot of thoughts which are generated due to mind's interaction with the world, through the senses, actually creates positive or negative thoughts. If you want to have a great strength and energy and positive thoughts, you should basically focus on good association, read good books, and use your smartphone very, very controlled way. And also, negative thoughts are extremely dangerous. They lead to secretion of another type of hormone that basically makes us to become weak and tired and completely drained. So we should have a positive thoughts. How do we get the positive thoughts? We'll discuss in a while, but the point is that the mind can control you and make you to become stronger or weaker. So one of the best way to control the mind is through the intelligence. As I told you before, the mind is like a rope which is controlling the senses, and the person who is controlling that mind is an intelligence. If somebody can sharpen their intelligence, that's called, then the mind will be controlled. So now you wonder, what is this intelligence? What is this mind? See, so mind is also a subtle body, and intelligence is also subtle body. Now, if the intelligence is stronger, a person is able to do the right things. If the mind is stronger than the intelligence, he will be doomed. For example, I'll give an example. Let's say that tomorrow you have an exam, and that exam is very, very tough subject, and many seniors have failed in that subject. Then what do? And when you came to know about this, that the subject is hard, you basically study from the starting very, very well. But even if you fail to do so, just before the exam day, your friend came with one of the movie ticket, which you have been thinking for a while to watch, right? But there is an important subject exam tomorrow. Then if the mind is stronger, the mind will say, hey, what we have to study for this subject? Already I'm in second year or first year end. I already written so many exams in my life in this engineering. I cracked them so easily, just studying overnight. Anyway, I'll go to movie at 6 p.m. and I come back by 9 p.m. I can easily crack the exam. But intelligence says, "Arey fool, this subject is very hard. You are already weak at many other subjects. You have bad grades. Why do you not study for that? Why don't you study for this? Better you study. Don't waste time. Movie, if not today, you can go later also. The movie will not go anywhere. The intelligence is stronger. It will make sure that the person studies. If the mind is stronger, it will make the person to go to movie. So that's why to control the mind, one has to sharpen the intelligence. That is possible by reading the great scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, whichever religion, Bible or Quran. They have great things to offer to control the mind. So another best way to control the mind is through the process of mantra meditation. So every religion has they chant some mantras on the bead. So they take the beads, they say a mantra. So in this process, what do? We say a mantra, we hear it. Say and hear. We say and hear. Our focus is completely on that mantra. Then our absorption in what we do will increase. So the mantra meditation is the best way to control the mind. And another way is to sharpen the intelligence by reading the good scriptures. So now, friends, I'll tell you a few techniques to control your mind so that you can get the peace. You simply remove this A, B, C, D, E formula. A stands for association. Okay, I repeat, A stands for association. What is association? Association means company of good friends. It also means what we are watching, what we are reading, what music are we hearing. See, mind is like a book, right? What is book? For example, your college recently started, you bought a new notebook, right? Whatever you write in the entire semester, at the end of the semester, you'll have only that thing in the notebook. Similarly, mind is also like a book. Whatever scripts you like, you write into it, those scripts only you will read again and again. You see only those scripts. Since mind is like a book, you have to write scripts into it. You need a correct association. That association comes through friends, to the music here, right? The movies you watch, the books you read, it's very, very essential. So make sure that you have a good association, good company of the friends, good company of the books you read, good books you read. Then the next thing is, as I said, B stands for books. So A basically stands for the company of the good people, B stands for the books. If you read the good books, your intelligence will be sharpened. And also if you hear from the great souls, hear about them and from them, then you become internally strong. That actually enhances your intelligence. Then the next thing is C. C means chanting, as I was telling you, doing a mantra meditation. So you have to say the mantra and focus on it. Then the D stands for the diet. Diet means you have to eat nice food, which is best for your stomach to nourish your body. And you should have a regulated lifestyle. E means engagement. Always try to engage in positive thoughts, in positive ways. And certainly you'll become happy and peaceful. So this is the A, B, C, D, E. If you remember out of this talk today, then all success is yours. So thank you very much. I think that's what I have.
Thank you very much, sir, for such an enlightening session on a very subtle subject of peace of mind. So, which is very crucial for today's day and age. So, thank you all for taking your time and attending. So, before proceeding further, so we have question and answer session. But before that, I would like to make I want to show some video. Which is regarding our Discover Yourself course. So please stay tuned, and and also, yeah, I'm going to share one video. Please stay tuned. Also, please let me know if the volume is audible. Just
change the course of.
So is this audible?
Yeah, it's audible, Anup. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Discoveries like gravity, electromagnetism, and relativity have changed the course of world history. But a discovery of far more importance for you than all these is yet to be done. Indeed, that discovery, which can change the course of your life, beckons to you right now. It is the opportunity to discover yourself. Discover the deepest and greatest secrets of life in this exciting 6-session journey. Session 1. Can a scientist believe in God? Science, as it has probed farther into space and deeper into the atom, has found marvels of intricacy and delicacy at every level. No wonder then that the greatest scientists throughout history, Galileo, Newton, Kelvin, Einstein, Maxwell, Max Born, have all concluded that this astounding harmony and design requires a designer. Session 2. Getting the eyes to see God. If God exists, why are we not able to see Him? Does He keep Himself hidden from us? Or has He given us the means to see Him? Can material science find God for us? Or do we need another, higher dimensional science? Discover a timeless yet cutting-edge spiritual science that unravels all the truths of life. Session 3. Vedic Wisdom. The privilege of humanity. Discover your greatest human resource, an underutilized power that is raised you far above the animal world, the latent ability to bring out the divinity locked within. Discover also the manual for life, the wisdom literature handed down since time immemorial. It contains extraordinary scientific information and unparalleled spiritual revelation. Session 4. Existence of the soul, fact or fantasy. Scientists have documented innumerable cases of extraordinary people, children who have remembered their past lives, and patients who have seen themselves from outside their own bodies. That mysterious source of consciousness, the ultimate anti-material particle, the soul or the Atman, can be discovered through Vedic spiritual science. Session 5. Substance and Shadow. All of us are searching for beauty, for love, for peace, and for joy. Discover the truth that will take your search to ultimate fulfillment, beyond the miseries and anxieties of life, beyond the limitations of time and space, to the spiritual realm, to the Supreme Person, to that which is the source of all beauty, the reservoir of all happiness. Session 6. The Path of Endless Love. Discover the sublime secret that underlies and unifies all the great religions of the world. Go beyond externals to the heart of spirituality. Love. Love for God and love for all His children. Discover practical and powerful techniques to awaken that lost love in your own heart and to share that treasure of divine love with the whole world. Don't miss this intellectual and spiritual adventure, lest you miss yourself.
So hello friends. So this is the promo video of our Discover Yourself course. So this is a 6-session course which we will be having during the weekends, and it will be in your evenings of the weekends whenever you are available. So we have, along with this, to register for this test, to register for this course, we are actually conducting one small test. I have shared a link in the chat box. You can please visit that link. And also this will be a small feedback and also a small test for yourself. So please do make it. And a very important announcement. So next week, the coming Saturday, we are having another session. So please do inform your friends, and also please do remain in your WhatsApp groups. Please do not leave, because we will be communicating further for the next weekend session like this, such an interesting session. We'll be sharing the details in that WhatsApp groups. So please remain in your WhatsApp groups, and please, we are giving 5 minutes time for you. You can please take out your time and write the test. And after this test, you will be allowed to ask question answers. You are free to ask question answers to our Gajendra sir. So now it is 7:33. So by 7:38, you can start asking your questions. So please take out your valuable time for writing this test. And if you have not got the test link, you please ping me. I will immediately share the test link again. Thank you very much. So, hello friends. I hope you had given your time for the test. So please, those who have any questions regarding related to our session, so please you can ask Sir Gajendranath sir. Sir will be here for some time. So those who do not have any questions, so please do fill the form and you can please proceed for your duties. But please do register and please do uh, attend this Discover Yourself session, and also the coming week session we are having. We'll be announcing the details about that in coming in some more time. So over to Gajendranath sir. Sir, you can take some questions if you would like, sir. Sir, and also friends, those of you who are having any questions, you please feel free to ask. So this is an interactive session, and also those who are on YouTube, so please you can post your questions on the YouTube chat. I will be sharing the questions here with Gajendranath sir. Thank you. So I have given unmute rights. Those who have any questions, please unmute yourself and you can ask.
So do we already have some questions in the chat, Anup? No.
Yes, sir. We have some. Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, somebody is asking. Also, you can raise your hand, tell your name, and then ask your question. So I think Abhishek is having some question.
Yeah, Abhishek, please go ahead. Can you please spotlight Abhishek? No.
Actually, they have to switch on the video for me to so that I can spotlight.
Okay.
So there's a question from Lahari. Sir, firstly, a very good evening and sorry to bother you, and I thank you from my bottom of my heart. But sir, you said to read books, right? But that thoughts stays in mind only when we read the book for certain time. After that, life is routine. How to stay motivated all time?
Oh, you should read every day. Very simple. You should read the book and contemplate on the subject. Then you'll remember. Very simple. You have to do it regularly. Yes. Any next question we have, Anu?
There is Sai Manideep Reddy who is asking how to control our mind peace.
When we are angry, correct. His question is how to be peaceful when we are angry. Oh, very difficult. Normally, only our mind is not peaceful. When you are angry, it is not at all peaceful. So first thing is we should not become angry. So whenever you become angry, don't react immediately. You just pause. Pause for a minute. Pause for a few seconds. And think for a while and then act on it. If you immediately act like impulsive reaction, that's not good. So if you want to control your mind when you are angry, don't react immediately. You stay calm, stay peaceful. If not at all possible, you walk away from that place. If that's the last thing you should do. But the first thing is you should pause. Then naturally you will come to your senses and mind. Then you should be able to speak about it. How to gain self-confidence? Yeah, to get the self-confidence, we should have a positive thoughts. We should see every failure as an opportunity to become successful. So that's the first step. And you should stay in a company of the people who have the positive thoughts. That will surely help you. So to get a confidence on everything you do, you have to do a small steps. Let's say that you have to study a difficult subject. Don't try to study a big chapter then you lose confidence. Step by step, you study little bit, solve little problem, study little more, solve problems. If you do that, you'll get a confidence. If you try to take a big task and just see the task from a big picture, then it will be very, very difficult. So if any task given to you, break into pieces, act step by step, take the guidance from the seniors and teachers, you should be able to get confidence. How to study without stress and tension, and we save to get the result. How to study. See, some stress is always good. If there is no stress and tension, now we don't do anything. For example, you go to a goldsmith. What he does, he takes the gold ornament, he tries to shape it by beating and heating many times. Some stress is good, but you should not take too much stress. And to not to have too much stress, you have to act at regular intervals of time. For example, I have an exam after 3 months and I'm attending classes. Try to study every day, whatever subject is taught to you on the same day or next day within a week, and solve many problems. That will not put you a lot of stress in your studies. So acting immediately after your class or exam or whatever syllabus is covered for a week is better than acting before the exam. That will create a huge stress and you will lose the confidence. How to overcome our stress and negativity from the mind? Yes, stress and negativity, if you want to avoid, you should have a positive company, good friends, and also to avoid the stress, especially as I was telling you, plan. There are 3 things to achieve anything in life: planning, doing, and interacting. You should plan, you should act on according to that plan, and you should also interact with the people, take the inputs and give the inputs. When you do these 3 things, naturally you can get relieved from the stress. How to get self-respect. We'll cover this topic in future. For now, I feel that we should do our duty properly and do our best and leave rest to the God. And many times we expect too much from others. I think we should be realistic. How to move parallel with heart and mind. You should read Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, that's difficult to answer now. So to satisfy your heart, you need healthy relationships. And to satisfy your mind and intelligence, you need to read good books. So having good friends and reading good books, then hearing about the great souls will certainly make your heart and mind satisfied and fulfilled. Any more question? How can we motivate to do a work regular, which is important? Company, association, very simple. And we need to understand, we should be able to forecast. What will happen if I don't do this? See, for example, there is a student. What is his business? He has to study. But if he neglects his studies, what all consequences can happen? You should be able to see it. And you also should see, if you study well, how people have settled in their life, how they have basically effectively established themselves in their field. You should see positivity and you should see little negative also. When you do basically see these things, you always keep motivated. You have to understand importance of it. When you understand importance of it and you stay in company of the people who are like-minded people who wants to get motivated and do good to the society and to themselves, it's very good. Sir, do you believe in God? Of course. Of course, we have to. Scientists also believe in God. What to speak of me? I'm a teeny person. Great scientist Isaac Newton says, or not Isaac Newton, Einstein says that I want to read and understand the mind of God. Right? And we will show you in the next class, a science student, does he believe in God? Yes. So I request you to kindly attend our 6-session course. All your doubts will be eradicated. We'll give you different angles. How do we understand the origin of this universe, existence of the God, existence of individual from different angles, from Vedic India and also modern perspective. We'll see. Is the nature of being answerable or giving reasons every time good? Is nature of being answerable or giving reasons every time good? In general, yes. Yes, it's good. What are the tips given by you to get more implication with teachers and interviewers? What he says? Anuk, I couldn't follow. What are tips given by? I didn't give any tips.
What are the tips given by you to get more interaction with teachers and interviewers?
Oh, teachers, and how do you get more interaction? Oh, okay. So the best thing I'll tell you, I suggest you is you should be humble, respectable towards teachers, elders, interviewers, whoever you may be. When you have that disposition and you sincerely inquire with the attitude of learning, you can certainly draw their attention and you can become more interactive with them. Thank you. Any more questions?
So there's a question from Lahari. So what you prefer, God or karma?
They're interlinked. We'll discuss them in the DYS 6 sessions. We believe in both. We understand both quite well. I think we should be able to explain you in the future sessions. Yes. Any more questions? Thank you.
So anybody has any questions, you can please ask. You can unmute yourself. Okay, you can raise hand so that I can. So there's a question in YouTube from Munawar.
See, Pavan Sri Sai is asking, can you make me to believe in God in further sessions? See, I cannot, I will not change your own thought process. We'll put forth all the reasons and all the intellectual information and convictions we have before you. You take the call, whether you want to believe or not. But we feel we can convince you with the knowledge we have from the Vedic India on the existence of the higher power. So it's up to you to take the call. So we'll only help you to give the information and give our understanding. When we get certificate from Wisdom Eye.
Wisdom Eye is not currently pertaining to this session. So you can ask any questions from today's session so that this question will be addressed later about Wisdom Eye.
So Munawar Abhishek is asking, what we do mind, the peace, what steps we take. Okay. So you are asking, right? I told you, A, B, C, D, E, you follow. Your mind will be peaceful. And you always try to stay in goodness. Having a regulated lifestyle, you will have a peaceful mind. Thank you, Pavan Sri. Any further questions? Are we done for the day?
So I think we are done for the day. So hope, is anybody else having any questions? You can unmute yourself or raise hand, anything you want. Okay. So we don't have any questions.
Thank you. Thank you, friends.
So
we'll see you in the next class. Yeah.
Yeah. So please do attend for our next session. Please stay on our WhatsApp groups for further details. We will be communicating in our WhatsApp groups wherever you are. And we will be having another session next week. So please encourage your friends to join this kind of sessions, which are very enlightening and very helpful for everybody. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time.
Thank you, Anoop. Okay, we'll see you in the next. So more students are expected, I think, right? No, I heard there are more students,
Yeah,
but
there'll be more students, more than this. Actually, today we have the 100 as a limit. So there are others who are watching on YouTube also.
oh, like that. Ah. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. So then we'll see you in the next session. Thank you very much.
Yes. So those who have any queries, please WhatsApp me or Tribhuvan, who are group admins. So we'll address you there. Thank you.
So thanks to each one of you for joining us. I know that it's Saturday evening, January 2nd. Still you joined. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, so Anuk, I take leave. Thank you very much for your time.
Sure, sir.
Sir, can you provide link in our WhatsApp group, sir?
The test link. Test link. Are you asking about the test link?
No, sir. Zoom class link to next session.
Yeah. We will do that. We will do share that.
Do share link in our group, sir. Please.
Yes. But right now the session is ended. So right now the session is ended. Next time we will be sharing.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Bye, sir.
Bye.